So is it's there's always just I would always try to play Mythbusters because there's always people who are try to be experts on TikTok short videos and have these tips. But for you, since you actually are boots on the ground, you go live. How often do you go live on TikTok every week?
Oh my! And there's some really good questions coming in, Nelson. We can start answering from Coach Fitzgerald.
Sure.
I go live at least 5 days a week on TikTok Live. It's just part of my routine. I use TikTok Live to hone new messaging or new lessons that I want to teach. So I get to practice my craft and my skill. But it also helps my community and the people that I'm hanging out with. These are my friends and we just show up live every day and then we get sharp in the morning. It's a great way to start our day. But I do it live every morning around 7 a.m. Central Time. And I do it for about 2 to 3 hours just because I got a lot of yapping to do. I got to get these thoughts out. And so I do it every single day, 5 days a week. Sometimes I go live on the weekends and teach how to find foreclosures and things like that. But really often, a lot.
So I guess the power is in the numbers, as well as mentioned, going live a lot is really where it's at. So let's go through one of these questions. That is wonderful. So let's go ahead and see what we have here. Coach Fitzgerald, I would love to use Service Plus, but it's not as efficient as just having a link to book in your bio. I'm so glad that you asked that question because that's another myth I like to bust, right? So the thing about the link in the bio is that there is a lot of friction that happens with that, right? First and foremost is what people need to understand is when you go live, majority of the people you're going live to are not people who know who you are. They're not following your page. They're a bunch of new eyeballs, newbies, new potential clients. So for one thing, they're not following you, so they're probably not going to be inclined to want to go to your profile. A second thing is once you start directing people to outside traffic, for the viewer, imagine when you're on the phone, you're scrolling. Do you really want to open up a Safari window or another browser and start to go into all these sites and creating forms or logging in and creating accounts? You kind of know. You'd rather watch a live stream to see is this creator, is this business person something I'm looking for? And then a big power about using Service Plus is now this viewer has now voluntarily given you a way to contact them, whether that's a message, whether that's filling out the form and sending you their contact info. You have a warm lead, which is something you didn't have 5 minutes ago before going live. And that's what's really important to understand. It's there's that. And then on a big system side, if you look at community guidelines, if you look within the TikTok community guidelines, one of the big errors that a lot of creators make the mistake of doing is sending people to third-party sites, which is AKA the link in the bio. So when you're in a live stream, you can't just say go here, go there, because the honest truth is nobody knows where here or there is, let alone us at TikTok. Why does a link in bio exist? It exists so it's on your profile page. So if someone on their own saw one of your videos or saw you on live stream and was compelled to go follow you and on their own was checking your profile, then on their own terms could click on the link in bio by themselves. But when you're in the live stream, we have to be very careful and treat it with sort of the safety and precautions of we're here, we're being connected, use Service Plus to connect with me, and then I will follow up with you. So there's that aspect. Unless there's something else you wanted to add to that, Will, that maybe I...
Yeah. So the link in bio is always going to be there. That thing is, you're going to have that. But we've tracked our metrics and we've actually increased because there's less friction. When I'm on a TikTok live, like Coach Fitzgerald says, he books to a call. That's cool. Do whatever you're doing. Service Plus allows you to do it with less friction. So we've actually had higher call to action rates where somebody would click through and then complete an action, which leads to higher sales rates, which leads to more revenue. I'm not married to anything. I'm constantly testing as a business owner and as a marketer to see what works. Things are constantly changing. That's this business. You need to be testing everything. And if you're married to one thing, I promise you're leaving money on the table. I would at least test TikTok Service Plus for 30 days. Get data. What does the data say? I'm a scientist. I'm a marketing scientist. I don't have any ideas. I see what the data says. And if the data makes more money over here as a business owner, I have to return an investment to my shareholders. And as the sole shareholder, I want to do what works best. So let's go test that idea.
That's a great insight. And another thing is that what Will just brought up was, not being married to one thing, because business changes, technology changes. So do tastes and viewership, right? So we have to adjust with the times. I saw another comment there, I think from a Miguel, that said, do you need to have a business account to use Service Plus? You actually do not. It's designed for both. So if you have a business account, one of the benefits is you can use what Will's been using, which is the customized contact form. And to show you, I'll go ahead and pin the contact form to the bottom of the screen right now so everyone can see it. That's how it looks like, right? So it's a form that people can fill out, and it goes right into your business manager on TikTok, into your business suite manager, where you can just go ahead and download an Excel sheet with everybody who's filled out that form. If you have a TikTok personal account, you can still use Service Plus as well. You'll just have the direct message shortcut. Now, it sounds like, oh, direct message. What's the rocket science behind that? Well, if you remember what I said earlier, is the fact that most people in your live are not following you. They're new followers. This might be their only opportunity to ever direct message you. This might be that one moment. So if you have a strong call to action, like send me your email or send me your WhatsApp number, that direct message is a powerful tool, especially considering the fact that they're probably not following your page. So this might be your one ticket for them to drop their contact info into your fishbowl. So that's why that's very, very important.
And I encourage everybody to go sign up for TikTok Service Plus down below. They've got an upcoming campaign for creators to spring into action. Highly recommend it. And I would hang out with TikTok Service Plus because I've learned a lot of my skills from Nelson, from Catherine, from other people at TikTok. And so I highly recommend you sign up for it. I think their contact form is down here or on their page. Go get registered and then learn about what this tool is and test it. I mean, if the primary part of your business is lead generation, which every business needs leads, why wouldn't you partner up and learn from TikTok, who has all the data, and then learn what they're doing and how you can implement it in your business with your specific products and services? You would be brain dead to not do that. So go register. It's free. Go get signed up for that.
I love that. Okay, so now, thank you, Will. Let's move on. So let's think about it. At the beginning of the hour, when I was teasing Money Man Myers, Will here coming on, I threw out a big number. He's our $1 million creator, right? That doesn't happen overnight. Just like with anybody who's working hard towards something, it requires diligence, consistency. Will was talking about going live a lot. But if, Will, you want to give an overview as far as like, how some of the major milestones you took to kind of get to a revenue number like that, because I imagine it's not just getting the leads, it's not just having your hands in a bunch of businesses, but there's some sort of ethos or vision board that you put together to kind of get to that $1 million number. If you want to share a little bit of some of those tips.
Yeah. So to kind of fill everybody in, Nelson and I talked a while back, and I've done. I publish all my numbers. We did $1 million in revenue just from TikTok. So from one lead source, just from TikTok Live, like no other platforms, no other advertising, no other sources, just exclusively TikTok Live, not TikTok Post, not anything like that, not TikTok Stories. And you back up a little bit, there's a skill set that's involved in that. How do you get people attracted to want to watch you? What do you do in a way to get them to stop their scroll? What are the hooks? What are the future pacing? What are the things that you're doing inside of your content that are these call to actions to get them, to motivate them to go do certain things? So there's that back end that we practice. But I think the core ethos on that, Nelson, to your question, is that it's a desire to get better with my craft. Like, I want to get better. TikTok Live, the way that I view it, it's like a comedian. A comedian goes to a small club and they have 10 jokes they're going to test that night. And they test the jokes and 9 of them flop. They don't do well, but one joke works. And they go, they make note of that. The next night, they go to another small comedy club. They test new jokes, 9 new jokes, 1 good joke. Now they get 2 jokes that work. TikTok Live allows you as a business owner to test marketing messaging to see what works. You go on there, you try to make $1 million in one day, you realize nobody wants to listen to you because you smell money hungry. They can smell the commission breath. But then you're like, okay, wait a minute. Maybe I try to actually provide value and help people. And you don't make money that day, but then you build a community, you build a connection. And so it's that desire to want to improve, which is the core, and the desire to want to serve and help at a high level, that I don't care if anybody ever buys anything from me, but if I can help one person one day, awesome. And then I'm committed to doing it until something falls apart, like I fall apart or TikTok falls apart or whatever. Like, I'm just going to be here and I'm going to do it consistently year after year after year. And that core has what led to all the other stuff.
Those are all such great insights. And for those of you, thank you, Will. For those of you just joining, my name is Nelson. I'm a creator manager here at TikTok. Today we're talking about Service Plus. The theme of today's live is about streaming to success using Service Plus. Service Plus, you can see the button down there in the bottom left corner of your screen. It's an orange button with a little arrow in it like that. So if you go ahead, if you're new here, you go tap that. There's a form for you to fill out just for your name and your number, so you can connect with myself and my teammates to learn more about the tips about Service Plus, how to go live with it, how you can leverage it to turn your viewers into potential clients, right? And today we're talking with Will Myers, aka Money Man Myers on TikTok, the man, the myth, the legend, who's been doing this for years now, who's been seeing great, not just financial success, but I feel like also like personal success. I think a lot of his awesome like personality, how he does things comes across in the live. You know, here at the office, on every window here at TikTok, there's two phrases. One says, you know, inspire creativity and enrich life. And, you know, when you're, what Will was talking about when he was using the comedian analogy, that's a lot of what it is. Going live, it's like ironing, right? You get a little bit of the wrinkles out, but then before you move forward, you got to go 2 steps back and do a little bit more and kind of cover some of the same ground to really see what's working, what's not for you. Because there's no two creators who are the same, right? So everybody's got a different secret sauce for what they need. So going live, it's just what a tremendous opportunity it is to just test it out, go out and go like, well, what can I do? Because you may find that like, depending on what your business is, you know, the nature of how you go live or what you're saying changes, right? Like, you know, somebody who's charging a lot of money for their service maybe doesn't need that many leads to find success. But if someone's like, you know, charging a nominal fee, they may need a lot more leads, and that's okay. Everybody's got a different thing they want to be fed, a different goal. But the point is that there's a path to every goal. It's just not about being married to one single idea, right? You never want to deal in absolutes. I thought Will's sentence back there was great. And again, for those of you that's joining, we're talking about Service Plus today. I'll go ahead and pin the notice because we do have a Spring into Action campaign that is starting on March 9th, where people who join the campaign, it's a challenge. You have the opportunity to win up to like $200 in promote coupons and millions of impressions and exposures for your TikTok. So that's always fun. And of course, the real aim for any of these kinds of campaigns or challenges is just education and to enlighten people and to inform them, to get people more comfortable with what they're doing. So